Well, welcome back to another episode of LorcanaChats. I'm your host, Chris, aka Questing for Lore. And today I'm back with a slightly chaotic crew of Sarah, LorcanaLibrarian, Sierra, LoreIllumineer, Enchanted Kim, Jeff from AdditionalInk, and Lorcana Thanos for the follow up to our first Ice Cream Social episode. So join me as we get everyone's takes on the game now that we know more about the next set and beyond, and the pulse of the community now that we're past the official Reign of Jafar announcement event. Let's get to it. All right, well, welcome back, everybody. We have a special guest joining us, clearly, as you can hear in the background of Jeff's audio. Well, I think we are in a little bit better place than we were last time we all got together. Some of the initial shock of things has kind of worn off. So, and true to the name of this show or episode series, I guess, we all actually have ice cream this time. So we're going to go ahead and go around, and everybody is going to introduce themselves real quick and talk about what ice cream they have. So, Kim, you want to start us off?
All right. I'm Enchanted Kim, maybe Iconic Kim, and I brought Tillamook white chocolate with raspberry swirl ice cream with rainbow sprinkles on top.
Nice. You want to pop it over to somebody else
Okay.
there?
Okay, I thought you were doing that. All right. We'll go to Sierra.
Hey guys, I'm Sierra, LoreIllumineer, and today I brought Haagen-Dazs Rocky Road.
Classic. Nice. Over to the cat.
over to the cat.
So the cat Biggie Smalls. I might have to let him in here again. But I'm Jeff from AdditionalInk. Today I brought Bluebell Banana Fudge.
Nice.
And Sarah, it's up to you. What'd you get?
Hello. I'm getting all choked up over my ice cream flavor. Sorry. I'm Sarah, LorcanaLibrarian. I was going to bring Rocky Road because we were on such a rocky road like Sierra, but then I had to bring my very favorite chocolate peanut butter from Tillamook because, like him, Pacific Northwest, it's their finest product. So yeah, I had to represent. And Thanos, what'd you bring?
All right. Everyone, my name is Jason, aka Lorcana Thanos. As you can see, I'm in a hotel room. I'm currently at the Walt Disney World Resort. So if my internet is lagging, that would be why. But so my options were limited for my hotel lobby. But I have a Haagen-Dazs tiny little strawberry. And Chris, what do you have?
Mine is actually from a local ice cream place called Sweet Peaks. And it is a sundae into the woods. It is vanilla ice cream drizzled with a homemade cedar maple syrup topped with dried blackberries. So,
Nice. Sounds
nice and
artisanal.
fancy with it. It's really, I mean, it looks really good too. So
Super fancy.
all right, so we have a lot to talk about. Like I said, I don't think we'll talk about everything just because we'd be here for like 3 hours. So I think we will go ahead and get started by asking each of y'all's opinions on the new format and how you thought it all went.
I love the production value, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The late night TV show vibes was so good.
Having an actual visualization of the space where the game is made was huge. I love seeing like all the people involved and seeing all the different departments and moving through the office space. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was nice little like behind the scenes. Like I haven't done it yet, but I fully intend to like go through it in slow-mo. I'm getting Easter eggs. But yeah, no, it was super awesome. Greg's energy was really, really awesome. And then I had JDZ on there as well.
I know, that was a nice surprise.
It was like so much energy. I was like, oh my gosh, okay.
But between them two and Rochelle, like it was they banished it.
Yeah. Well, for me, watching
Nice.
Lorecast was 9 in the morning, and I was just like, this is a lot of energy for really early in the morning for me. It was great. I loved it. I just was not prepared.
And I love that they like gave shout outs to all the team too.
Mhm.
You know, it wasn't just the people that they happened to walk past in the office. It was all the people that really, you know, work on the game and bring it to life and all that. That was really cool.
I was watching it with Kim and Melissa from Missing Enchanted, and we were doing a live reaction of it, and I started crying when they showed Kyle in the room with I was like, oh my god, the rules. Let's just getting its moment. But I love that he had his whole like crazy like trying to get through the rules document. Oh my gosh, so good. But it made me cry because it was like these people that you never think about, the departments you don't know exist when you're playing, just kind of got their moment in the limelight, and I was excited for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was really cool to see. It was, of course, in the Discord we see them talking and stuff, but to see them in their own space and like they're part of the puzzle, it brings it back to like these are humans. You know, we were at that point where everyone's frustrated, but it's like it brings it back down to like they're doing their best and like give them some slack because they're doing a lot for us, you know. And to me, it was crazy. It was a opportunity that I don't think a lot of companies take to kind of showcase for the world kind of what's going on behind the scenes.
Disney feels like a big company. Ravensburger feels like a big company. So to see like how small the team is was really nice to really see like this is a really tight-knit group that's putting this game together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Group.
Has its opinions too. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw on, I believe it was X, and I think it was Garrick who made this post of, you know, DeCandio now works for Ravensburger, and there was this whole thing of like DeCameo watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For his cameos, that's hilarious.
Great.
I mean, and honestly, like it's unfortunate that the leaks happened or whatever, right? But like realistic, but honestly, what they had planned and what they did was awesome. You know, there was so much more to it than what was in the leaks. And then like they've continued throughout the week, the community engagement and the Discord main stages, the Lorecast, just interacting with the Discord. Like earlier today, they had people voting Ruby versus Sapphire for a card reveal. It's just chaos in the Discord. So, but it's been fun all week.
This has been one of the best reveal seasons I've witnessed. I think the production value on like the card reveals, like JDZ's card reveal, like come on, so good.
Yeah, that was
yours was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get one this time, but we'll try to let's level up our game next time around.
I believe Sierra also has a card reveal this set.
It'll be posted tomorrow.
Hey,
I had to
there you
see
go.
it.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Well, time it well because this will go out tomorrow too. So.
Perfect.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it was crazy the amount of stuff. You know, like you were saying, Jeff. I mean, we got the leaks and we got like, you know, we knew there was going to be something about Fabled, obviously, but they went like super in depth in it, which I thought was really cool. You know, they made the big announcement that there were going to be reprints. You know, that wasn't in the leaks. You know, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And you know, that we got Goofy movie. I mean, that was, you know, that was another big thing. It was really cool to see, you know, all the stuff that's coming out in that set. Is there anything y'all are excited about?
Oh boy, here.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Jeff was ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna need 4 of those collector sets because I obviously need a play set of that giant Tinkerbell, or the Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, the promo card that's in there. So, oh man, this is my favorite card. So I'm doomed.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And then the binder is really cool because it's got the colorized version of the art from the Golden Mickey on it too.
Yeah.
If you didn't notice, like that's really cool.
And we got a enchanted honey wizard. So
Super excited.
Yeah.
He's ready.
I like how they take the same artwork, but it's slightly different, and with the enchantments, I think it looks really cool.
I've already told everyone it's when set 9 set championships happen, like that might be my like sweaty era. Might be where I like actually start playing competitively, because like we didn't see the playmat art, but we saw the set championship promo, which is like that new Maleficent, and I was like, that looks stunning. I need it.
I did it alongside my Dragonfire.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, this might be, I enter my like competitive era. I'm gonna start trading, gonna hit up Maelstrom to be like, do some coaching.
Nice.
That's like the hard part about the social dynamic of it, because you're like, but I want that promo. Like, how do I get that promo? I will never get that promo.
It's okay, Sierra. We'll practice with each other.
I'm down to practice with you guys when it comes time to, if you need it.
Okay.
It's more than practice, probably. It'll be something a little deeper than that.
Like full on coaching.
The Ice Cream Social goes to set champs.
I was about to say Ice Cream Social. It's like a whole like Mulan montage of like, getting stronger.
We're gonna need jerseys that say Ice Cream Social Club.
Yes. The very least stickers.
All right. Making notes.
Send me a sticker, Sarah. You're so good at making them.
Stickers, got that? Okay.
I'm curious if it actually all gets reprinted, and like personally, I'm hoping the Sad Beast gets it enchanted.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I've like always been like, that would be an awesome promo.
Okay. Yeah. Melissa made a reel that like tragic beast should be reprinted, and I commented he should, because we still don't have a shift target for him, so like we're due. We've just been using morph.
If at all.
Yeah.
Let's just hardcast it.
Oh, for sure. So it's like he needs to be reprinted so we can have, a small beast to be able to play with him eventually. It hasn't happened yet.
Well, and I like that they're doing, like the Captain Hook that
Baker,
Forceful duelist.
Yeah, that they changed up the art a little bit. I wish didn't they say that they weren't going to do that much, but just a couple.
They were teasing.
I think they came out and like clarified like they're starting with like some original art, but in the future they may do some alt arts. It wasn't like they're not going to do it. They just, a lot of the reprints aren't going to have them, I guess, starting with Fabled.
Okay. So that'll be fun to like figure out which ones are getting new art.
What cards do you think are going to be absolutely nixed in Fabled?
Hope or think?
Part of me is like, Diablo, I hope doesn't come back the legendary. That's pretty tough.
I think a lot of people wouldn't be happy if Big Sisu was gone. Maybe Hiram will get reprinted, you never know. Just saying.
Tons of talk, a whole new world kind of maybe going away because now there's a replacement for it that's a little more tender, right?
Right.
Which one?
Yeah.
Beyond the Horizon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's 7 calls.
It's hard to keep it.
Yeah. They came at us rapidly.
Yes.
We're in full on fire hose reveal season.
Yeah.
I've just been like, I will wait till it's done and then look through everything. It's just a little overwhelming for me, and it's like I can't keep up. I don't know how Chris is doing it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of tabs open. Basically, that's my secret. So.
MVP, Chris.
You gotta keep it up. Well,
it's like you, Inkborn.
Secretly, it's a selfish thing for me because I like seeing all the reveals and everything, and then you inevitably you have somebody. It's like, okay, well, who did the reveal for this? And then there's not that many places where you can actually track that information down. So I like it because then I can go back and watch the reveals again and everything.
I feel like someone eventually needs to make a YouTube like compilation video of like all the reveals, like the skits and stuff that people do, just to like actually be able to view it all at once.
Yeah,
that'd be cute.
Robbinsburger, are you listening?
Great, make it happen.
Because it is hard to be, especially like globally, like trying to find.
Right.
I was sending Sarah like, have you seen this movie before? I've never seen it before, you know. And it's like, it's hard to. And I was traveling, so I feel like I'm behind a little bit, but just trying to go back and like find all their stuff, you know.
I have watched so many videos and streams in other languages for card reveals than I've ever done before.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll be fluent in those languages soon.
We'll all know how to say Banish.
Right.
Willpower, strength, in all
Right.
languages.
Evasive.
Well, and the fact that Google Translate can translate images makes it a whole lot easier too. Because otherwise,
How about
they don't
shout out to
know what-
Ravensburger with the app updates. If you haven't noticed,
Oh my gosh, yes, I love
Yes.
that.
they're updating the app like the day after the reveals, and there's usually like one or two in there hidden away. But like, so we don't have to wait for the translations that long, the official ones.
Well, I like it too because I like to deck build sometimes, like my fun little decks, and you know, I like being able to use the app to like just start doing that and like add my little ideas. So I very much appreciate.
My co-host for the Lore Library podcast and I are already like trying to go through and decipher what the Reign of Jafar story might be. And we're like going through them all. Like, okay, there are little pieces of other things hidden, because kind of like how Detective Mickey had like a piece of like Ursula's Return essentially hidden. We're like, what else is in here? So I love that they're just readily available.
Did you catch the narrative Discord today?
Yes.
Yeah,
And they were
it was
talking
really
about
good.
the Megara card links back to the Hades that we talked about before, and that might be something else going on in the future. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, so good.
Well,
I'm
and
very excited for the story.
not jumping on like those Discords, you kind of like leave out like this whole picture that the creators have like provided, and sometimes you may not just looking at the cards see. And so it's nice to see those stories full picture directly from the horse's mouth.
It was cool to see like how they go about developing the flavor text and the kind of parameters of how many things are original and how many things are from the movies, and what characters tend to have more like movie heavy quotes like Ariel or whatnot. I was like, that's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to
you don't always think about, you know.
Yeah, I wanted to like be like, make a movie of it, you know, like give me a comic book, give me like a TV show, like I want
Shorts at the very least.
something.
Bring back the story trailers.
Yeah,
Yes,
The Lorcana
please.
animated show would be amazing.
like the Imagineering story on Disney Plus, but the Lorcana story. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm down. Let's go. Crowdfunded.
Or if they took us to Worlds, they might be able to actually afford to do it. Get that production budget.
We'll work for Worlds.
Go Worlds.
Nice.
It's like we all just have those little signs. We're outside Disney World.
You're like, what are those people doing?
Don't worry about it.
Can I just get one lore?
Almost to my story star, please.
Speaking of like which two, going back to like the Lorecast, something that a lot of people, at least I haven't seen anyway, because like understandably Darkwing Duck and Goofy movie, like super exciting. But did you notice in Fabled on the booster packs, there was Steamboat Mickey on the booster pack, and I was like, are we gonna get more like classic art style Lorcana cards coming soon? Because we have, I believe it's just Mickey and Pete and Oswald
From Steamboat.
Yeah, that have that sort of art style. So like, are we gonna get like a whole, you know, maybe Fabled like introduces that? Who knows?
I very much hoped. I saw that too, and I was hoping that that's going to be the alternate art for the reprint of the Steamboat Willie card, and then therefore maybe we'll get reprints of the Pete card. And I was like, yes, please. Can we get the actual boat as a location one time? But hey,
Right? You know,
I don't know if they said it in the Lorecast, but one of the articles that went up that was done before, you know, and then they released it after, said the set will be half reprints.
Yeah, they did say.
All right.
Yep.
So if you think about it, that's a lot of reprints, but
Mhm.
102 cards from 4 sets that are 204. Like, there's no telling what they're going to reprint.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of cards, honestly.
Well, and didn't they also say that the set was going to be bigger? Like it wasn't going to be just
Yes.
limited to the same size. So, it's
Mhm.
not like they're
Yeah.
taking away as many of the actual new cards. I mean, I'm sure there is a chunk of them that they're taking away, but
Yeah, if you look at the iconic Mickey, the card number is like 242 out of 202, so it looks like the set's still 202, but then like the extra alt arts go over.
Ah.
okay.
So
I am
you're a
stoked
detective,
for
Mickey.
puppies. Yeah, you're the detective. There you go.
Well, we shot a video on Additional Ink earlier this week reacting, and we were talking about the possibility of down the road we might see reprints in like set 10, 11, 12 here and there.
Mhm.
And then it's funny, then we get 2 reprints revealed like in less than 24 hours apart from each other in this set. So I think that says if like your card is not your favorite card doesn't get reprinted, that's not to say it won't.
Yeah, you can still hope for it down the line.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm just stoked for getting puppies. Puppies are sticking around, and I'm
Right,
excited for
they're safe.
like, yeah. Are they? Because I know that puppy had the like letter on it, right? So are they going to reprint? Are they going to have new arts of all the puppies?
I'm doubtful. I feel like
figured
that'd be a lot of slots to take up if it's so limited to do like all. I think it's like 4 or 5 puppies.
Mhm.
I feel like it might just be the one.
There is 5 puppies.
Okay, there is 5.
Yeah, but they did them as like whatever number A, B, C, D, E, so they didn't really take up slots. They were extra, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assumed we were getting puppies because like there's so many puppy mechanics in the last few sets. Like
Yeah.
tail waggers,
You
like
just had to.
Well, even some in this new set too. There's a couple of them that work with it, and it just wouldn't make sense to have all that stuff and drop them. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Don't drop the puppies.
Don't be dropping puppies.
Like I just had nothing to say about it. He's like, whatever. Drop the puppies.
And we have the new rarities, which are nice. Those look super nice. I love the design of those.
I am going to be an epic hunter. I can tell you that much.
Mm-hmm. So I'm really wanting to see like which cards are going to be epics, which old reprints are getting new enchantments. Like, I'd love a Sad Beast enchanted. If Popsicle gets reprinted, I'll take one of those too.
I think Giant Tinkerbell has the potential to be one of the epics. I don't know.
I was hoping for that too.
Yeah, a reprint of that is an epic. Like, come on. Oh, all the tinks.
I feel like
the promo, the epic, and the enchanted, right?
I feel like Elsa could also be reprinted as an epic. Is it 8 cost? The big Elsa that's like super expensive.
Yeah.
Like she's pretty iconic. So
you don't want to play with Elsa?
Yeah.
She is an icon.
Icon.
Does she only have one enchanted?
Yeah, I think that's the set one.
Yeah, I think she just has one enchanted.
Do any of the princesses have more than one enchanted? Cinderella, right?
No way.
Cinderella has
No way.
2.
Okay.
2.
Yeah, Snow White has 2.
So don't shame me, but is Jasmine considered a classic Disney princess?
Yes.
She will have 2 with this set then.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that's why I said, like, if they've gotten 2 now, I'm wondering if we're due for one.
Yeah, or maybe Anna too.
Oh, hey.
Probably Elsa epic.
Yeah. I brought it up in the watch party that I did with Sarah and Melissa, but I'm very shocked that they're showing us the enchanteds like even as early as Lorecast and then even just this week, because I feel like in previous sets it's always been you see all the cards and then that's towards like the very end do we start seeing the enchanted artwork. So very happy, but just very surprised by that.
But I wonder if it was like always planned like that, or if they're starting to realize like take like that, just do it because it's going to be leaked. You know what I mean? Like it's already been leaked. Like, take it from the source instead of holding it to the last minute. I hate the leaks. I'm sorry.
Tell us how you really feel. I loved your reel about it, by the way. That was amazing.
Oh yeah.
It was so good.
I was
What
trying to
about
figure out how to use that audio, and then you used it, and was like, "That's how you use that audio."
that Bambi enchanted?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
cute. I
Oh.
need it.
Don't even talk to me about the thing that's going to bankrupt me right now. I can't even.
Guys.
If I don't pull them, I will have to find them and buy them, and everyone else will want one, and they will be a billion.
If I open an extra, I'll trade you.
Deal. An extra. You don't need a playset. Are you sure?
I don't know if I'm doing that anymore. We'll see.
No, I don't do that.
You were burned by Tamatoa.
Oh gosh, yeah, right. You're like never again.
I did play the playset Enchanteds in the set champs this past weekend though, so that was nice.
All right.
It's fun. That's why I'm playing Turnidogs. It's the only time I have playable Enchanteds. So I can play like the Tramp and stuff. So, but you came back in there. Why? It doesn't need to be in there. It should be all characters. But hey, I haven't enchanted. You came back, so there's one in there.
That's how I started running a one of Arthur and Wreck-It Ralph Ham Hands in my Blue Steel last set.
Oh, nice.
One. So I mean, yeah, I get it. You get the gold Wreck-It Ralph down on the board next to the silver Tinkerbell enchanted. It's really, really nice.
I love that.
Nice. Well, we talked about it last time. We had the set rotation, which was part of the leak, so we knew it was coming, and the Infinity Constructed. But what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think it's going to be good for the game to have both of those things, or because I think they kind of alluded to. I think it was like potentially having separate ban lists for each side.
They did. They confirmed it.
Yeah, I am excited because when I first heard with the leak that we'd have rotation, I was kind of panicking. But now hearing that we're having like reprints and that those stay set legal, I was like, oh, everything's fine. It's fine. This is healthy for the game. This is fine.
Yeah, I think the reprints really made all the difference for some of those announcements.
It really does. It really does.
I think even for like the competitive players, don't you get tired of running the same game? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I know my team once they heard,
But I'm sure they're tired of getting beat by the same, same deck all the time.
Yeah, there are people on my team that are like reinvigorated with their creativity for deck building and they're wanting to like compete more often and things like that just because they feel a breath of fresh air.
I think it's cool that they're going to do separate ban lists. I'm hoping that like we don't just copy and paste what we have right now. Like, let's give our boy a chance to come back for a minute.
Yes, see?
And our Fortisphere a chance. But as long as if they don't copy and paste it and they really like do it for each format, then I think that's healthy. And they said they're going to support it at the deal. Great.
Yeah.
I'm really curious how the ban list is going to go for Inkfinity. Like, if you can tell, Yu-Gi-Oh is very big in this household. And so I'm curious if it's going to be like Yu-Gi-Oh where it's like, oh, you get the ban list and it happens every like few months. Like they don't do rotation, so it's just like, oh, if you're playing Infinity format, it's like, oh, ban list for that, and it's like, do cards jump in and out of the ban list, like Yu-Gi-Oh, or is it going to be like these are forever on the ban list? Like as a set comes out, more cards are just forever added to that list.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle it. And like Magic does the thing where like some cards will go in, they'll come out based on how the format goes. Because I mean, as sets rotate out, or it just as sets come out. Really, I guess for that format, like things are going to change. But I hope they give our boy another shot. I mean, maybe might be too late, but
yeah.
Well,
we'll see him again.
Some newer cards that are kind of like him, kind of. Not as efficient.
Is it the wardrobe?
Yeah.
Tire
I didn't say they were great cards, but
well, Hiram, we got Hiram at home.
Hiram at home. Yeah.
My Hiram came from Temu. Did
it cost more since they import taxes and everything?
You know what? If they unban Hiram and Fortisphere, I will pay a 3 ink tariff every time I play them.
Fair.
All right,
fair
we're gonna
cost,
hold you
I
to
say.
it. Someday in the
Don't
future,
just
come back to haunt you.
keep this bookmarked.
Hiram in
What's
this
the
economy?
timestamp on that? Yeah.
I mean, like whenever, when y'all are playing and you see Hiram, do you just automatically be like, "Oh, I lost"? Like, is he that bad? I mean,
Yeah.
like, there's no
Yeah.
answer to him.
That's how I felt as an Amber Steel player. I'd be like, all right, Zeus, sure, I'll do something.
Mhm.
I mean, you can
Okay.
definitely there's definitely maybe not the turn he comes down, but once he goes sideways, in a lot of decks he's gone at that point.
And then you put my least favorite card, Cogsworth, on there to give him resist, and I'm just like, it's done.
Oh, I want a Cogsworth Enchanted reprint. Sorry.
Oh,
I am the
that would
number
be
one
nice.
Cogsworth hater. Sorry.
Yes.
Kim, we could get a Mac Money Sack Enchanted.
Slide the
We
crossover.
could! We could! Because that's set 3!
Oh, man. The world's not ready.
If we
The
do,
world is ready.
if we do, I'll play it. I promise.
Yeah, Mac Money Second
That was
Chance.
so good. Oh my gosh. You gotta tell the people about Mac Money Sack, otherwise someone's
We
gonna feel
did.
left out or
We
confused.
did last
Yeah, we
episode,
mentioned
so
it,
they
yeah.
should
Well,
watch
okay,
that.
so if you want to know, you gotta go back.
Right, and I have to watch last episode. In
Yeah,
order
we're
to know.
building the ice cream lore. Okay.
Ice cream lore. Oh
Oh,
god.
but you're so right. Mac Money Sack could totally make a comeback.
Mac Money Sack Enchanted. I will play it. I'll do a video on my channel playing it for you, and then I'll be like, Kim, check out this
Right.
Mac Money Sack video.
Okay, I always tell Sarah, it's like there would only be certain cards and characters that could convert me to playing Sapphire. And it's like, I think Mac Money Sack goes on the list if we get an enchanted.
Man, that was like the new Poe that I revealed. The Ducktail decks are gonna be just stacked. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I was in the middle of my workday and I watched the reveal and my brain completely who is Poe? It took me a full 5 minutes to think about it.
Yeah, I know. And it doesn't help that my audio went rogue in where I edited with edits for Instagram, and then when it posted to Instagram from edits, it did something weird with the audio in my voiceover. So it does something weird with the music and gets really loud, all weird. I don't know. So I was like, perfect. People can't hear that this is Magica Dispel's brother.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, exactly. Mysterious.
Mysterious.
Yeah. But it was
It was
of course,
intentional.
always the way.
If you saw our reveal from last set, we unveiled Penny, and then we had this whole idea: we're gonna go to the woods with one of my dogs, and then we'll find the box and their owl noises, and we'll super speed run away. So we shot this long shot of super speeding that we were gonna use, and then I've never done special effects before, so then I get into my software and I'm like, this looks like crap. So we went back out and then we filmed a close-up of me and then a close-up of the dog, and it worked a little bit better. But no, yeah, it was an experience. And then I was like, I guess it's okay. People are going to see the card anyway.
It felt like me and my card reveal where I was filming in the winter and I was doing the outfit changes, and it's I rely on natural light, and of course by the time I was ready it's 5 p.m. and Sarah, especially in the PMW in the winter, 5 p.m. the sun's going down, so it's if you watch, you just see the first outfit super pretty crisp lighting, and then the second and third second one's okay, it's getting a little darker, and third one you're I can tell you use your ring light for this because it's really dark. I was it's
Hey, you
fine.
gotta work with what you got, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You got to unveil the card that pissed a bunch of people off, right?
That was an experience. I didn't know what it does because I said, I don't really play Sapphire and not super competitive, so I was just these are cool, I'm excited, and then I'm what did I just show?
You're look at this outfit for this card, and people are that card's gonna murder me, I hate it.
Isn't
it cute? They're no.
Foil.
Right.
The outfit, and then people are reading it no.
Sapphire coil. And we're Sapphire coil.
I think it was Dad Kana who's Kim, how could you unveil this? Like, I thought we were Amber Steel players. And I was just like he I think he commented on it, so you could still read it there. And I'm like, I don't know how to read. What's my response?
Like I saw the art and I got an idea and I ran. Was I supposed to read the mechanics?
The one they gave me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what they gave me, and I ran with it.
Oh man, too good. Card reveals. That's the charm of the card reveals, is like seeing everybody's style, right? Everybody's little personality shining through, and it is like everybody does something that kind of aligns with who they are, and I love to see everybody's personality come through. It's pretty much the most fun time that you can have.
Right, and we don't get floating heads anymore.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No
I
covering of
almost
the
thought
cards.
about like a joke, but then they're like, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Easter egg for our last reveal video too. There's the part where like I run into the shop or to the shooting space while they're playing cards and filming, quote unquote. I have 3 people there. There's Matt, Ron, and Mark, and then the next shot, Mark's missing. But that's because Mark's laying on the floor holding a light as we open the box to shine it in our face.
I love that.
The production.
Nice.
Just didn't even address
Oh, so good.
Production. I love hearing this.
Yeah, it's so good.
Little behind the scenes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Not
That's what Ice
appropriate.
Cream Social is. It's just behind the scenes for spectators. Tell me your unhinged stories.
Right.
I did an entire take like holding the box backward and it had like the price tag on it from Hobby Lobby, and I just like as soon as I realized, like I went through the whole thing and I was like, so do we got to do it again?
No.
No.
Well, this go around, my 83-year-old grandma who just got out of heart surgery, like we just checked out, got to watch the film.
Hope she's doing well.
Yeah, hope she's doing okay.
Yeah.
And I literally pulled her out of the hospital. I was like, Grandma, you're out early. So sorry, but I got to do this film real quick. And she was like, you got hired by Disney?
I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Adorable.
That's awesome.
I hope she's doing well though.
Yes, she's on the mend,
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
You gotta make a deck with like Grandma Tala and
Grandma from Madrigals.
and it's like all the elder helpers.
Always reminded me of Pocahontas' grandma.
Oh, the Willow.
Oh, Willow.
Like that type of like nurturing soul. And so I can't wait for 2026.
Grandma Willow, yeah.
Yes. Aw.
Come on.
So what I'm hearing is for this video, we're talking about grandma decks. We had daddy decks last time.
What do you
Yes,
think about family decks that, yeah.
You can have grandmother paw, right? So,
Yes.
Well, and I
It
think
would be
Greg
so
was
fun.
even
Thanos,
talking
get on
about
it.
like a mom
Yeah.
deck too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just those decks. No. I actually thought about trying to put you guys together your daddy deck to show you today. But
Yes, please.
Yes.
We're getting a lot more good cards for it. I like
Yeah.
the new Captain Hook. That dual ink Captain Hook looks pretty good. So yeah, let's go.
Well, we got, what is it, Jim Deere? That's a dad. He can go in
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
And look, he's like protecting the little puppies. He's like, stay back.
Right. We have the puppies, which I'm like, is this like territory for like the sequel to start getting cards?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, because
Yeah.
those are the, or are they just a lot of glimmers of the same puppy?
does everybody
baby
know?
lady.
Does everybody know the name of the lizard from Rescuers Down Under now?
Joanne.
Yes. So,
Joanne.
My
Beautiful
partner
Joey.
said that he knew, and he was dying. He was on the couch, and he just wanted to yell it at me because he overheard us talking about it. It's his sister's name, so he was like, "I know that one." So yeah, he let me know as soon as we were done exactly what it was.
It's like, I know what that was.
Yeah, it's like, how dare you? I think I wore out the VHS tape watching it too. I'm ashamed of myself, to be quite honest.
Yeah, same. It's
So good. Such
been,
a good
been a
time.
long time. Been a long time.
Yeah. That was a time like that, Ferngully. Oh, that was the jam. And I was like, I'm a conservationist. I'm 12, but I'm a conservationist.
Speaking of childhood memories, have you guys seen any of those fan cards that were floating around this week?
Fan cards.
Like custom made like fan cards or whatever. Someone made one that was a little bit inappropriate, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it was really funny. It was Bambi's mother.
Oh, yeah.
I know what
saw
you're
that.
talking I know what you're talking
Shows
about. Okay.
your opponent to relive childhood trauma together, then put it in your knee blow.
Oh.
Goes back to my Bambi jokes, but
Yeah.
it's like we're gonna get Bambi's mom as an item.
It's an item.
So bad.
I don't know if you've ever seen those boards where they have
Yeah. The taxidermy.
the hunting trophies, right? That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's an item that's in Gaston's tavern.
I was about to say.
everybody's, like surprised. Like
I was gonna say, it's like that's a Gaston item. if
kind of
anything.
Disney. I don't know.
Well, if it was named Bambi's mother, that's where it kind of like goes. Ew.
That's what I would name the item. Bambi's mom. And then it's,
That's funny.
that's why I'm not invited. So they're like, Sarah. Sometimes I get invited to cast for like different things like ICL or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know if it's safe for me to be live sometimes.
I understand. I'm a paramedic. Dark humor runs very deep through that career field.
No, I was an 8th grade language arts teacher in LA. So my humor is beyond dark. It's just, you survive a lot of trauma with that. And then it was taught to me by 13-year-olds. So it's just savage, you know?
Yeah. There's no restraint there.
No.
Teenagers.
Oh, there is not. As a parent of a kid about that age, yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, oh no. I love it. It's such a creative age. I'm excited. I'm getting to do like an event where I teach Lorcana to middle school kids over like a summer program. So like every 2 weeks they'll come. The first week we're going to do Gateway. The next time they come, we're going to do starter single player decks. And then after that, I'm going to teach them how to deck build. And then they're going to do like a whole tournament where they do like thematic deck building competition and then play the decks against each other. So I'm just excited to see what these middle schoolers come up with, because I can't imagine the creativity, because that age range they still like have that free spirit where they're willing to be goofy, but then also have that like really snarky comedy. So I'm excited.
That's cool. I've got 2 girls, and they're not so much interested in playing the game. They like opening packs.
Yeah.
One's a brand new teenager, so. But I mean, we've got some kids locally who like come and smoke set champs and all that. You know, they're like 9 and 11, and like they're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, there were. I have people from my locals that, geez, how old is he? Maybe like 8 or 9, and he was at a couple of the DLCs and got pretty far. And I was like, wow, this is wild. And he wins our set champs most of the time. Like, I don't have mats because of this kid, so. I don't have a mat hanging off my stuff like you do over there. Fancy mat. Yeah.
It's only there because it was one with blue steel. That's all.
Blue steel. Love it. I love it so much.
Well, and speaking of competitions. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Jeff.
Oh, no.
I was just saying, not that I'm affiliated with Charlie's Collectible Show, but I do know next month they are having not just their normal tournament, but they are doing a women's only tournament and a kids tournament as well. So that's going to be very cool.
Nice. Well, cool. Yeah. I mean, we also got some news. They just kind of slipped it in there at one point about challenges coming later this year, which is going to be interesting.
They did.
Yeah.
I am beyond excited for that.
Yeah, I know. It's about time.
But we have to watch Worlds to find out.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet probably September.
I would say September, October.
Yeah, I'm guessing October.
Halloween.
Didn't they say they were gonna like sync them up with the rotation stuff too?
Rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could see it being sometime after September. I'm curious too if they'll keep up with how they've done with the previous DLC season of 2 weeks after it's released in all stores, so not the pre-release with hobby stores, being able to play with that current format. So like if that's the case, if it releases, I believe Fabled is like the first week of September, second week,
Yeah, in big box.
then it could be 2 weeks after if they're really trying to line it up with rotation. I would say probably either the very end of September or sometime in October.
And then Worlds will probably be every year where they're falling this year, right? Where they're at the end of the format before we have rotation out.
Yeah.
I could see that, yeah.
It'd be nice to have a schedule.
It would be.
Yeah.
I like schedules. I'm a planner, so this is great.
Be able to predict it every year, at least.
Kind of like how you can predict set champs almost. It's like, oh, it's consistently like towards that last month of whichever format we're in or whichever set we're in currently. Of like, we get sets once every quarter, it feels like.
Well, it's like
Okay.
CCS that does their water tournament. It's 3 weeks after the release of the set every time.
Yeah.
So, like, if you are planning to go to that, you can pretty much bank on that the weekend that it is. Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot to be
keep
said
up.
for knowing what to expect, especially with,
Yeah.
and these events are only going to get bigger too, so people planning
Right.
their year out, to be able to say, I know when this is coming every single time. It's such a huge deal.
I really want to see social events and like social quests or what do they call it? Just social quests is just something different. But yeah, for the quest events, the things for the non super competitive people to compete in. That's what I'm excited to see. Multiplayer, 3v3. Yeah.
Super excited for that. Hopefully, fingers crossed they do it.
Yeah, multiplayer is fun.
I hope they do more. They continue what they were doing where you have like special guests like the game developers and the illustrators or like Ryan and Steve potentially. Like consistently at all the DLCs would be cool.
Getting cards signed by the artist is such a plus.
It is.
Yeah.
Because going to conventions and getting those, they're really time consuming and costly. And to just have it be like you just have to sign up to do it as a part of your admission is wild to me.
Yeah.
Because those signatures cost anywhere from like $10. Some people do all the way up to like $400 for the art on the card. So it's wild. It's wild that they're just like, hey, if you want someone to sign your card. Yeah, I had my partner's Yzma Enchanted illustrated by the artist, and she was just, she made like a full-on illustration on it when I was like, oh, I brought it for my partner because I got to do 4 out of the 6 of the DLCs and he had to just stay home. So this was kind of like my like, hey, I'm at the Nationals. I want to kind of give you a gift back for putting up with me being out of the house so much. But so when I told her that story, like she did like a really nice kind of graphic on it and stuff. I was like,
oh, nice.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Very
so
cool.
I think those interactions for people to have that kind of connection to the physical product at the events is huge. Yeah. Seeing the developers, seeing who actually like is behind developing the game was a lot of fun to have conversations with them, play Pack Rush with the creators. I mean, come on. Good stuff. Who doesn't want to do that?
I mean,
I know a single person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they kind of weave in some of these other, the Infinity Constructed and all the other. I can only imagine they're going to expand the side events, as these, like I said, as these events get bigger. They'll have more things for people to do, and we still don't really have very much information on what the quest stuff is. So
yeah, that's why I'm curious if it's still going to come to fruition or if it's going to be like other D23 things where it's like it was blue sky and now it flew away. And I'm curious and I'm curious if Infinity format is going to be highly competitive or if it is going to be like geared towards like social play and that kind of stuff. If you can compete with Infinity format for a Golden Mickey or you know what I mean.
Right, because I could see it being where, again, like Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty big in this household, and it's like there's all these different formats that like have almost their own DLC equivalent. Like there's like Edison format, and like that's a whole, like DLC style tournament in itself with like its own big prizing. So like that was something I'm curious about, is like if it's going to be a new competitive format that's supported really heavily, but like its own prize structure and
like its
whatnot.
own
And,
thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Prize structure being giant cards. Giant cards, please.
Yes, please.
I've seen a lot of them from overseas. I haven't seen any out here.
So I've seen some in some states. Some stores got them. Like
in Europe specifically.
Here.
Oh,
North
here.
America so I know specifically some LGS owners who did get them. So like mailed to them. And it was people who are like more have like a lot of volume of distribution. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. But
it's like a little reward for them.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But there are people in North America that do have them at this point. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they made their own. They're not the actual ones.
That's actually kind of what I assumed when I first saw them. But
yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go to headquarters one of these days. They said anyone can go.
That's
you and JDZ standing outside.
I know. It's like being in Seattle. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna take the little train. I'm just gonna wait outside. Be like, let me in. Get in the vents too with JDZ.
I think it's safe to say you could bet on the Seattle DLC next year.
I feel like Seattle's just kind of a given. I'd be really shocked if it wasn't.
I'd be fine with it being in Portland.
Yeah.
Y'all could just come down here for a minute.
I'll take another.
Obviously, Seattle.
I'll take another like Atlanta-ish area. That's 4 hours from me, so it's not bad.
Right. I'm curious. Yeah, what's going to be on the list this time of locations they're gonna do? If we're gonna have more, if we're gonna have less, the same, which cities. I feel like East Coast didn't get as much love. Like I was really shocked there was none in like New York.
Yeah.
Hey, where I'm at in Savannah, there's like it's a tourist town, and there's all this. I could do one here and like be right in the middle of like Florida and Georgia, all those competitive players. I'm just saying, then I could sleep in my bed.
You're like, it's so much better not to have to book a hotel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And then if you win a big card, how do you get it home?
Yeah,
Just
right.
saying.
But also, like I'd be
they need to do the services they do at Disneyland, where it's like you're like, can you ship this to my home for me, please?
Also, if it's here, there's the advantage of like, hey guys, you want to come be on the channel? I've got my shooting space.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Nice.
Yeah, it was crazy the difference between Atlanta and Seattle last year.
Yeah,
it was night and day.
A lot was learned.
Yeah,
Even
it was
just
really
going
cool to
from
see like the evolution of it all as it went along. You know, and I think it seemed like they ended in a pretty good place in Seattle. I mean, obviously there's going to be room for improvement and everything, you know, but yeah, I mean, I think they did learn a lot, you know, for people that I don't know. I mean, it was PPG here, right?
Yes, it was PPG here.
And I don't know what other kind of events they put on. I never really looked at their stuff, but you know, I can only assume this is not their first time.
They do a lot of other TCG stuff.
No, they're
huge
been a long
in
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super big.
They do One
Very,
Piece.
very big.
Yeah, I do One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece. But One Piece
now
is pretty new. Like they've been doing Yu-Gi-Oh for
Yeah.
a hot
And now
minute.
PPG has a Lorcana circuit.
They have. They are doing a Lorcana circuit.
So
I'm convincing all of my local LGSs to apply, so I have at least one place to play. So I was
Yeah.
like, somebody get in on this.
Oh yeah, to
please.
get the store qualifier.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, somebody somewhere.
Right. Are any of you, or is anyone here planning to go to at least the Texas one that's coming up? Oh yeah, Sarah, you live in Texas. I would hope.
Right next door for you. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, usually 4th of July is up in Oklahoma, but since 4th falls on the Friday, I'm telling my mom, "Oh, I gotta go."
Yeah, I'm debating on going. I'm waiting to hear back if, because I'm trying to go as staff again. So I'm waiting to see if I'll be going. So if I go, I'll see you there.
I kind of wish I would have thought of that because sometimes I don't know what I'm doing there, and so I'm like, how do I fill up my whole day with losing? You know?
Right. Well, I did hear shout out I guess to TFM, but they made a whole video with George and Steven, and they talked about how they're kind of trying to emulate that still like DLC vibe of having like a bunch of side events, and like they're going to have a prize wall, which like they hinted at giant cards potentially. So that sounds pretty exciting. So like even if I don't go as staff, I might still go as a competitor, and it's like cool. If I don't do well, like it sounds like they're going to do similar to DLCs of each round matters and like earning tickets or points, and then you can use that up prize wall. So even if you're not like the top competitor, like getting, you know, the money prizing, you still have a shot at like getting something. So I'm like, cool, if I can get a giant card, sweet. I don't know how I'll get it home because we just had that conversation, but I'll figure it out.
Carry on.
Great.
I would love to go, but in my line of work, if you don't naturally have certain holidays off, it can be very hard to get them off. Since we do 24-hour shifts and stuff like that, so that is a no for me.
Yeah, I wish. I used to live in Texas, and so now I'm like, well, I kind of wish I still lived down there. But with all the it seems like a pretty big Lorcana hub these days down there. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it'd be cool. But here's hoping, make it to some DLCs later on.
Yeah.
And I'm over here thinking I need to move to Seattle, so
Yeah, do it. Portland, let's go.
Right. Just like live somewhere between like Portland and Seattle so that you can hang out with like Sarah and I. I feel like that's the biggest win you'll get out of it, honestly.
well, I'm like really bad on listening to crime podcasts, and so Seattle's always
Oh,
like
I know.
Maybe it's worth the risk of a serial killer if we can have Lorcana.
It's fine.
I love how you're weighing those options.
Right?
Serial killer or Lorcana. The things you have to decide in life,
How much do I like these enchanteds?
Is it worth my life? I don't know.
Priorities.
Yes, it is. I don't know. Darkwing Duck Enchanted. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
There you go.
Right after our enchanted toad. Oh my gosh. Yes. One day we'll get our Disneyland people, and one day we'll have Toad, and one day
we'll go on the ride.
All
wonderful.
the dreams will come true. One day.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about this yet. Whispers of the Well was announced.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Super exciting.
Gargoyles.
Why does Venturo look like the entangled glimmers from
Ursula's
from
Return?
Ursula? Like what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
That's how Ravensburger envisions Ruby Sapphire players. Right?
Nice.
It's so bad.
Oh no. That's so good. Because that's true. Was not ready. That's good stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We're getting gargoyles?
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
I think it bodes well for some 90s after Disney afternoon 90s love. So excited for that. Gummy
Black
Bears
Cauldron?
better be coming, right?
Yep.
Black Cauldron.
Yep.
Yes. I love that it's coming out around this like spooky season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So
yeah,
it'd be
good stuff.
Kind of perfect. Yeah.
November, I would say. November.
Yeah.
Are we going to get a Hazel the Witch card?
We better. Man, I'm so glad they're bringing up like these old classics. You know, it makes me wonder what else we're gonna see that's like that we just haven't seen in forever.
I think Gummy Bears has to be like down the line.
Has
Yes.
to.
We're doing like Powerline, then Gargoyles, then Darkwing.
The Gummy Bear song is a song. The Gummy Berry Juice.
And Gummy Bear Juice was in the DuckTales reboot.
Yeah.
So remember they tied all that stuff into the universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers for later on.
Yeah. I was gonna say I haven't watched it, so not too much more.
Either. Yeah.
I'll say this: they tied a lot of those '90s cartoons in together and basically made them same universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw. What is it? Tailspin. is in there?
Tailspin. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
forgot
something
about
like
Tailspin,
that one.
Darkwing, Rescue Rangers.
Mhm. Yeah, we do. We need gummy bears. We really do. And I don't know.
When are we getting Launchpad?
Oh, true.
Mhm. Well, we do
Kind of
have
hoping.
Tailspin. We have Kit.
Yeah, we have a lot
We
of
have
Tailspin.
Baloo.
Yeah, we have
Baloo.
Baloo.
We have King
yeah.
Louie.
Oh yeah,
King
with the
Louie.
We
smashing
have
tires.
Wildcat.
Mhm.
There's a ton. But yeah, that's why we're trying to be like, we need the rest of the gang.
We don't have
from
Molly
Disney.
or Rebecca.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We don't have Launchpad.
Mhm.
Launchpad McQuack.
Which Launchpad are we going to get? The Darkwing Duck one or the DuckTales one?
She? Oh,
Mhm.
both. It's a shift.
Shift Launchpad straight out of the gate.
There you go.
Nice.
Oh, good stuff. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Can't
I
wait.
could see Negaduck being a shift.
Yes.
Oh, my childhood. Let's go.
The Disney afternoon shows or whatever that was.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah.
I
It's
made a
weird.
special trip out to Disneyland when they had like the whole installation. They had these like giant inflatables of it, and it was good. So I took my kids back when they were 12 and 13 to an event that was a 90s night at Disney, just to be like, this is what it was like when I was your age for Disney. It was good.
I had to re-Google a lot of that. I was like,
Oh no.
what's that again?
Same.
I'm
I've
so
never
old.
seen Gargoyles.
Yeah, no.
I'll tell you this:
Such a great show.
if you're going to watch Darkwing on Disney Plus, the episode order is wrong, so you need to do
Okay.
a little Google.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Lay it on us.
Just do a little. You got to do a little Googling to find the episode order. They just got a couple things mixed up.
Okay. Got it.
It's so weird that they do that.
Great. But this brings me to like my next point though of
It's the '90s
I hope
animation thing where they like. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
oh you're
They
good.
were like shipping stuff overseas and like orders
Mhm.
got mixed up and air dates versus production dates and
Okay.
But I hope that this also opens the door for like Saturday morning / like kind of like early 2000s cartoons making into Lorcana. I brought it up at our watch party. It's like Kim Possible. I'm ready. A Kim Possible Enchanted would be like the best thing ever for me. Even thinking about like just like the Saturday morning cartoons of just like Recess. Like that one day, like that's kind of a deep cut to make it into Lorcana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so Doug started out on Nickelodeon.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
But
do
it
we
went
think
to Disney. Yeah.
do we think Doug is eligible for Lorcana?
Maybe.
You
I wonder what the licensing was like on that. Yeah.
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 It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Oh my
Or it
gosh.
was anyway. Not sure if it is now.
Right. Or Phineas and Ferb is getting a reboot right now, and I'm like, when is that coming? Like
That would be so good.
they would have
there's
so many songs to do.
possibilities. Yeah.
And like all the adventure synergy that could have.
Mhm.
Perry the Platypus shift.
Ducky
Harry the
Momo.
Platypus Enchanted.
Ducky Momo, so ready.
Ducky Momo.
Ready, I don't know. Hot Topic dropped like a whole Phineas and Ferb reboot like clothing line, and they had like a Love Handle Band t-shirt. I'm like, I need that.
Oh, that's awesome.
On top of like Ducky Momo like fan club shirt. I was like, I kind of need that too.
Oh man. It'd be
There's
such a good
records on
song.
my fingers and there's a platypus controlling me.
There's so many good songs. It's like, when is that gonna make it?
Yeah. Oh man. The same
I
time
hear
we
that-
get High School Musical.
When
I
that
hear
happens,
Musical.
it's good.
Making a Darkwing reboot for Disney Plus too.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Okay.
calm down.
Do we think too that we're going to get so the Stitch movie is coming out. Do you think we'll get like a Stitch promo card to go along with the release of the
Oh,
movie?
like in the theater.
Yeah.
Like how we
I
got
didn't-
one for Moana?
It seemed like they announced that a while out, so I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll sneak it in, but
Maybe it's not for live action because they didn't do one for Snow White that just came out too. So maybe it might be like strictly animated.
Pushing
The Beyond
it.
the Horizon card unveiled today would be perfect for that.
Yeah. Oh. Now I have that song in my head.
My partner has told me she does not care if I'm working or not. As soon as the first showing is going on, she will be there, and she does not care if I'm there or not.
I love that for her.
Hopefully you can join, but maybe not. And if not,
No. If he doesn't, then she's like, oh, we gotta watch it again. It's not a
right?
problem.
Exactly, not a problem.
Well, guys, this has been another great, slightly chaotic episode. No, it's been
Organized
good, and it's great. I think it seems like the community's in a little bit better place than it was, even just since we last talked. And obviously the stuff from Ravensburger, the initial reveals and everything, and then all the main stages that they've been having. It seems like they're really proving that they want to gain our trust back. They want to make sure that the community is understanding that, they understand that they messed up on some stuff, but they're working to fix it.
Right. This feels like a bad, you had a fight with your significant other, and now they're giving you all the flowers and chocolates. Make it up for it.
Yeah. Let's just hope it keeps going. I mean, we've got the weekly Lorecast, so
that's super exciting. The weekly Lorecast.
Gosh, right? Yeah.
Greg still has so much energy.
I know. Right? I wish I had half his energy.
Right?
I'm excited for the weekly Lorecast. I mean, obviously during reveal season stuff, it's pretty obvious, things they can talk about. But think about that. Every week there's going to be something. So I mean, we're just gonna have a lot more communication in general.
Right.
Yeah, there's a way to have the community touch base with the company, and I think that is epic, because for so long there was just no communication at all, and everyone was just wondering what is going on. So yeah, I think that was a huge solution for them.
It makes me wonder too, I'm happy that they're happening now, but it makes me almost think back of what would I have talked about if we had these in the past? Imagine how things were really weird during the Australia situation, and it's if we had a weekly Lorecast, it's you kind of would have had to talk about it pretty quickly, because I think it took us a while to get some sort of official answer. So it's kind of things thinking back to it, it's or thinking back to how hard product was to find in the earlier sets, weekly Lorecast, that could have been we're working on it, you should be seeing that soon. So I'm curious, that's would have been nice to have before, but it makes me curious how they're going to tackle those things as things pop up in the community. Because it's you kind of have to talk about it if you're trying to really focus in on this communication.
I mean, I think they obviously this week has just been a big thing, but even last week when they came on to acknowledge the leak and they're hey, world is private, and then even this week they started off hey, we know the leaks happened, but we're here to show you what we really had planned.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like they're shying away from situations.
Right, which is really good.
I've read a couple interviews where they've said hey, if we're not talking about something, it's just because we don't have an answer. Yeah. So hopefully that'll that's enough for the community, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, and even
it does feel more transparent.
That they don't necessarily always have the answer is better than nothing. Before.
It really is.
So,
It really is. Yeah. True.
I feel like I'm Dr. Evil right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Your little friend there. Yeah. Nice.
He's a ham.
Our cats look very similar, although mine's not Jumbo, but mine's a street cat. She just lives on our patios.
He is indoor outdoor.
Yeah.
And he's got a couple siblings that roam around too. But he is very much almost dog-like, as you guys have heard.
Yeah.
He'll follow you around. He'll walk to the mailbox with you, He's in the driveway waiting for me when I get home.
So cute. Aww. What a cute little companion. Wonder if he's excited for all the little critters on Reign of Jafar. They look so scared. All those sands are swirling. The island is changing, and they're help me. And then Minnie's I got you. That mini defender. I love her. She's these are cute little animals, and I'm here to protect them. And I'm get them, Minnie.
Okay, the artwork that I love the most that I've seen right now is the giant Mickey who's just accidentally destroying the city.
The kaiju Mickey.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I was
Yeah.
just like, that's Godzilla vibes. Love that for you, Mickey. He's like, oops, I don't know what I did. I'm sorry.
Hanging out with Alice in Wonderland, and they were eating stuff, and he was like, "What?"
Maybe we'll get Alice items.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. I'm dying to make an Alice in Wonderland thematic deck work. So Lurple seems to be the way.
Gotta be getting close, right?
Yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
go
we
ahead
got
and
to
wrap it
stop
up for
talking.
this time.
Chris,
Chris is like, stop! I already tried the outro.
We tried. It didn't
I mean,
happen.
guys, let's get to this outro, then you can chat, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
I'll just
tried the
leave it
outro.
running and we can just,
Talk forever.
We'll hack
Yeah.
it together. It'll be fine.
basically, yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and go around and tell everybody where they can find y'all and all your content. Start with Jeff this time.
Hey, obviously I'm Jeff. We've been chatting. I'm from AdditionalInk. AdditionalInk's my channel. I've got a lot of other people that join me on there. We do a lot of in-person live gameplay. We have like a little podcast kind of thing going on too. We're doing things like playing heroic. We're playing multiplayer. We're playing competitive decks. We're playing theme decks. Just a little bit of something for everybody. If you like, there's other card games where they do like the in-person gameplay, Command Zone. If you like that kind of stuff, that's what we're trying to do. You can find us mostly on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Twitter, all under AdditionalInk. And I will pass it to Thanos.
All right. So YouTube, X, Blue Sky, Instagram, just add Lorcana Thanos, and just realized a week from tomorrow is my 1 year creator anniversary.
Oh,
So
yay.
I'm five.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm 5 subs away from 300, so I'd like to hit 300 by next week if possible. So if you want to see thematic stuff, more casual social stuff, that's primarily what I do over there. And I will throw it over to Sarah.
All right. Thank you. I am Sarah, the Lorcana Librarian. You can find me at Lorcana Librarian on Instagram, at a Lore Librarian on Twitter, and at the Lore Library Podcast on YouTube. And I like to explore the lore of Lorcana, the story, and talk about parks news and anything organized play related that is anywhere near a park. So, and I will throw it down to Kim.
All right. I'm Enchanted Kim. You can find me on primarily Instagram. I'm also on Blue Sky, X, TikTok, and all over on Disney Lorcana themed Discords. I make primarily social play and fashion content for Disney Lorcana, really focusing on the girly pop vibes. And that's all I have to say about me, and I'll pass it to Sierra.
Hey guys, so I'm LoreIllumineer on mainly Instagram, but I am now on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. And so pretty much my channel is opening packs and collecting enchanted princesses. So
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, y'all.
You can tell
well,
Kim and I are
thanks.
fans.
Yeah. I love you, Sierra.
Well, thanks everybody for being here again. Really enjoyed it. I'm glad that everything turned out pretty well with the Lorecast and all that kind of stuff, and really makes me look forward to the future. So I hope to have many more conversations like this. So, but yeah, thanks y'all, and we'll see you around the community.
Have a good one.
Well, thanks again for listening in to my chat with these amazing and always entertaining group of community members. And one cat. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked what you heard, make sure to like, rate, and subscribe to LorcanaChats on your platform of choice. You can find more information about the show at LorcanaChats.com, or you can reach us at LorcanaChats@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. And cue the awkward pause. Okay. I'm glad I started recording before that. Okay. All right. Let's try that again. Okay.
Super
Jeff.
real is going to be for real on this.